Today's video is going to be about how to get a whole bunch of games for less money than they actually cost.
It's Hannah and Pinocchio. We're here to talk about games.
Hello! In my last video, I had a short segment I included where I spoke about games that have more than one game included in the content that you purchase. I realized I have about double the games that I mentioned, so this is just going to be a short video where I include that segment that I already had and add on a whole bunch of other games that I forgot to mention. So these are going to be games that, you purchase one physical cartridge and it comes with 2 or more games. I also plan to cover the Sega Genesis Minis, which are emulation devices that come with games preloaded onto them.
Okay, so I'm going to talk really quickly about how you can get more than one game at a time. I think this is super cool and not enough people pay attention to this. Oftentimes, if you're smart and you're paying attention, you can get 2 games for the price of 1, 3 games for the price of 1, 20 games for the price of 1. And how you can do that is just by being smart about the ones that you pick. So, for example, Risk of Rain is a game that's pretty hard to find a physical copy of for Nintendo Switch. It was a PC game, I think. Anyway, I couldn't find a physical copy on the Nintendo Switch. However, the sequel, Risk of Rain 2, includes Risk of Rain. So I was able to get 2 games for the price of 1. Super Mario 3D All-Stars is another good example. This one you get Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, Super Mario Galaxy. This is a little expensive right out of the gate if you get it new, but if you find it used, it's a really good deal. 3 games for the price of 1. Star Wars. This one's got 2 games in it. It was a gift, so I didn't even pay anything for this. This game, Star Hunter DX, also has Space Moth Lunar Edition in it. So you get 2 different games that have really different gameplay styles, but kind of feel like they're the similar vibes in one cartridge. This also came with a whole bunch of special things I should mention. I got a poster and stickers and trading cards. A bunch of cool stuff came with this from Strictly Limited Games. I love them. Alwa's Collection. This one's got 2 games for the price of 1. Child of Light with Valiant Hearts The Great War. 2 games for the price of 1. You can also do this on the eShop. Sometimes they'll have them listed as bundles versus listed each individual thing. This was a gift, Atari 50. This says it has more than 100 playable games on it that come from a whole bunch of different Atari platforms. I'm never going to have an Atari. I never did have an Atari. This is probably the only way that I'll ever play these games. Same with the Castlevania collection. I got this specifically because I wanted to play Kid Dracula, and Kid Dracula is very expensive if you're going to find it anywhere. So it was worth the $70 that I spent for this collection new because it has a whole bunch of different games, including one that would have cost $250 by itself. I haven't played this one yet, so I'm not sure if it's a good deal or super fun. I haven't played any Mega Man games, so this is the Mega Man Legacy Collection. It has 6 games in it. 6 games. So that's a good deal. I think I got this for $8. Subnautica. This has 2 games, Subnautica and the sequel. Ori the Collection. Okay, now one of my friends purchased each of these games individually, and I feel so bad. I'm so sorry. You can get them both together for the price of 1.
This isn't so much a review video or even a recommendations video as it is just a list, like a jumping off point for you guys. Just a way to get you thinking about buying games in a different way. Sometimes we talk about, scarcity, and it's hard to find the games that you're looking for, or there's scalpers or there's markups, and there's all these different things. And so I just think it's a different layer to the conversation. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1, 2, and 3 were all a big part of my childhood on the N64. So it's really great to be able to pick up 1 and 2 in one cartridge, and I can play 2 of my favorite games from a childhood, without having to track down those cartridges. Collection of Mana is a really cool one. This is on the Nintendo Switch as well. It has really cool internal art. So I flipped it around, and I like to keep it on the really cool side. But this includes Final Fantasy Adventure, Secret of Mana, and Trials of Mana. So those are 3 classic games that might be kind of difficult to find all on their own, but this is them all in one cartridge. Shovel Knight is an interesting one. So I really wanted to get it on the 3DS. I wanted the soundtrack code. I wanted the manual that's really beautiful and nice in this one. But Shovel Knight Treasure Trove includes all the DLC and is kind of special in its own right. So if you want more games, this is the one to get. It has all your different DLC included in it. So this is Shovel Knight Treasure Trove on the Switch. But if you're looking for like a good manual
and a nice experience, sorry about my hand. I have to check this one.
The manual for the 3DS Shovel Knight is really a big draw for me. It's one of those full color manuals that has the story and gives you everything you need to know to succeed. I had heard that Shovel Knight was a difficult game, so I figured this would be very helpful for me specifically, and maybe would lend me to enjoy the Switch version better too. This one, so when I purchased the Hotline Miami collection, I was under the impression that it was only out by Special Reserve Games. And so that's the version that I purchased. So this is Hotline Miami 1 and 2. And it came with this really fantastic instruction booklet. It has like raised letters on the front and full color printing. And so I'm really pleased with this one. I'm not sure what the other version is like. This one over here, No More Heroes and No More Heroes 2, Desperate Struggle. This is not a US version, but I found it used in a local store. So that's always kind of fun when you find a game like this. And I had actually picked up No More Heroes 3 upon a friend's recommendation. So now I have the whole set. I'd seen people play BioShock and BioShock Infinite before, and so I always thought it looked like a couple of games that I might enjoy. I somehow missed BioShock 2 completely, but BioShock the collection for the Switch actually has all 3 of them, so I was pretty excited to pick this up. This one, Klonoa Fantasy Reverie series, I was pretty excited to find because the Klonoa games are a little bit expensive in their traditional formats, at least in the US. And so this one has Klonoa 1 and Klonoa 2. And I'm pretty excited to snag a copy of it. I don't think this one's like a surprise to anybody because this one can be found at like any GameStop in the country, I'm pretty sure. But this does include the first 5 games in the Five Nights at Freddy's collection. I haven't played through these yet, but I figure why not get all of them at once. All right, I'm going to throw a lot at you in this next section. So if you want all the titles, you're going to have to look at the video and also listen to me because I'm not going to talk about everything I'm going to show, and I'm not going to show everything I'm going to talk about. I never pay full price for games on the eShop because I've never seen one that didn't go on sale at some point. It's one of the only reasons I advocate for eShop buying. You can get such good deals if you're patient and paying attention. Right now, Little Nightmares is available as a bundle on the eShop for $50, hardly a deal. However, the first Little Nightmares wasn't released on Switch in the US, so if you were to plop the bundle in your wish list and purchase it when it's 60% off, you'd end up with both games for far less than purchasing both physical editions. I've been able to purchase the entire Deponia collection as well as the SteamWorld collection for super cheap because they were on sale. One of the physical games that I already mentioned as a combo pack, Star Hunter DX and Space Moth, isn't really available in physical anymore. It was a limited edition thing, but it is available as a shmup collection on the eShop. The full price is only $13, but I've seen it as low as $6. Right now, Sword of the Necromancer, the bundle with all the DLC, is only $3.74. There's a Sid Meier's Civilization Anthology that usually costs $50. It's on sale for $20 for the next 9 days. Arise and What Lies in the Multiverse bundle is only $7 for the next 4 days, down 80% from $35. There's a Sam & Max bundle that's not on sale right now, but even if it's not, $30 for 2 games is cheaper than tracking them both down. Prinny 1 and 2 is on sale for $17 for the next 9 days, less than you'd spend for PSP copies of the same games. If you're really looking for just something you can plug in and play a bunch of games all at once, there's some options. There's the Sega Genesis Minis. I have the 1 and 2. They come with controllers. You just plug them into your TV and they're preloaded with games across a couple of different Sega systems. So that's a really fun way to play some retro games without having to dig into finding old cartridges and building a game list. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I'm pretty sure I just gave you guys over 20 games to look up, and that's actually closer to 100 games. So good luck, have fun, and let me know what you're playing.